Why are objects the color that they are? And what's going on inside a paint film? And what makes paint the color that it is? Keep watching to find out more. Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm Naomi and I paint for a living. You can check out my work on thierrysalgado.com. My goal for this channel is to not just have you copy me as I paint, but to teach you the underlying concepts of art so that you can have the confidence to start your own painting practice. My first mini course is on color, and I've asked my friend Casey to learn along with you.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. I haven't even touched a brush since high school. So as a recent empty nester, I'm so excited to learn something new. So thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm very excited to have you.
Yes, me too.
So let's get started.
Yay!
I learned about color from a book that I picked up at the library, but I loved the book so much I went and bought my own copy, and I suggest you do too, because I'm about to blow your mind, I promise. Yes? And you'll want your own book so that you can really understand the concepts here. It turns color upside down on its head. I'll have a link in the description to this book. It's called Blue and Yellow Don't Make Green, and it's by Michael Wilcox. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. So let's start with sunlight. As the light comes out from the sun, it's white, right?
Yes.
Hidden inside the white light are a bunch of colors. And we know that when it rains or when it hits a prism or something, then the colors split out into a bunch of colors, the rainbow colors. But when they're all happy together, it's actually white. Okay?
Okay.
We can also tell that there's other colors within there when it hits an object. Okay, because what happens when it hits an object, let's take some objects that I found around my house. Here's some colorful things I found. Lemon, wagon, tape. Look at this cool visual.
Yes, I love that.
So
your friend made that for you,
My friend Meredith made this
Thank you,
with
Meredith.
her. Yes. When the white light comes in and hits this, what happens in this molecular structure is that the surface of this absorbs all the colors except the red, and it bounces back and comes into your eye. Okay? We would say this wagon is red, but really the wagon is absorbing everything else but red.
Oh, so you're only seeing the
You're
red.
only seeing what it reflects,
Oh.
what doesn't get absorbed. Okay?
Okay.
What does get absorbed turns into energy, heat energy.
Oh my.
So
Okay.
the more colors an object absorbs, the higher energy it will be. That is why on a hot day, they tell you to wear
White.
white, because
Yeah,
that's
it doesn't
reflecting
look
everything. And black will absorb everything, yes? And now
Yes.
it's hotter, yes?
Yes.
This is absorbing everything except blue,
Except blue.
yes?
Uh-huh.
This is absorbing everything except yellow.
Wow.
So that's how we have to flip our
Okay.
thinking. It's actually
okay.
opposite. Now this is object color, right? Now let's take it into paint color. Okay. Paint is made up of particles. Little ground up tiny balls. Think of it as balls of color. And that's true of every kind of paint. Watercolor, acrylic, oil. Everything is little pigment balls that are held together with a binder, which is just the glue that holds it to the canvas or the paper or whatever.
Yep.
Let's say this is
Like a dollop of yellow.
yellow paint, but zoomed in micro.
Like microscopically.
Yes. So here we have the light coming in. It's hitting each of these little balls, and each ball is absorbing all the light except for the yellow one.
Okay. Yes.
And it's scattering every which way, right? Sometimes it'll bounce into the next one next to it, but nothing. It can't absorb, right? Because it's
Okay.
already yellow.
Right.
So that's reflecting back.
Okay.
Okay.
And does that have anything to do with how bright it is then? If it's like all just yellow, primary yellow, then that's why I just look, that was it help the brightness of it? Or
Yeah,
how-
it increases,
Yes.
it reflects,
Intensity
it reflects, and it
takes me back to my physics days.
yes. Exactly.
Okay.
Wavelength.
Wavelengths. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that is what is going on inside of yellow.
Okay.
Now let's say what happens when we mix all of these together. Because remember, before,
Yep.
it absorbs the other color,
Mm-hmm.
but not that one. Yes, right?
Okay.
So,
So yellow's everything's getting absorbed except the yellow, and now you're putting
what if we
the
do
red together.
mix red paint and yellow? Let's actually start mixing all the paint. This is what my kids, when I taught elementary school, they thought this was their favorite thing. Mix all the bright colors together so we get the brightest in the world, right?
Yeah, that's what you think would happen.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
They thought that would happen. But what actually happens, according to science, is the lights come down. Let's say it hits this blue one. And now it's absorbing everything but blue. But that blue disperses and it hits the yellow.
But then it
or
hits, so
the
it's
red.
hitting the red molecule and the yellow and the green or the blue, so it's reflecting differently
Yeah, and it's absorbing.
all of it, so it turns into
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no light is escaping.
so it's just
It's
brown.
all absorbing.
Yeah,
It's like a brownish, blackish, grayish color that's not
because they all
letting
are bouncing off each other and canceling each other out, so it's just
Exactly.
brown or black.
Nothing's escaping.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on inside there. So the kids were always disappointed.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I got brown. I wanted this bright
Yeah.
color in my head. That. Now let's experiment. What happens if we take one of these out? What if we just have two? Right? Now in theory, what should happen?
Well, in theory, I'm guessing that if you mix a yellow and a blue, you're going to get a green.
Well, right, because we've done that before.
Because that's
right?
what we've learned in school. Like
We've learned in school.
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
Right.
But what did we just learn, right? So if the light comes in and it hits a yellow, let's say,
Yep.
then it hits the blue, what should happen to that light?
I'm guessing it just reflects off. No, absorbs because it absorbs it because it only is reflecting blue off of it.
Right.
Oh,
So
my mind
now,
just clicked.
right. So this really should be what color? It
Wow.
should
I feel like
be-
it's a trick question.
Yeah.
I want to say green.
When they do hit each other, they actually make a black because
Okay.
they're canceling each other out.
Okay.
But we really see green, and which
So,
is
why do we see green?
why do we see green? So that's the
Wow.
trick.
That
Okay,
is the
why
trick.
do
Okay.
we see green? So
Okay.
there is a reason. There is
Okay.
a reason. I promise.
Okay.
But I need to show you something else to understand it. There's no really such thing as a pure yellow, pure blue, pure red. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
They have within them impurities, and I shouldn't say impurities, but it comes from the rainbow not being. Let me show you. When you see the rainbow, you see, let's say yellow. Let's take yellow. You're actually seeing this. It's mostly yellow, and so it cuts off the tiny bit of green or orange next to
Okay.
it on the
Yes.
wheel that
Okay.
you see.
Yeah.
But your eye can't really go like this and see only that, right?
Right.
It's going like that because that's how nature is.
Yeah.
It flows, right?
Right.
And same with blue, right? There's a tiny bit of green in there or a bit of indigo in there. Okay. I made these little tags.
Okay. This is yellow.
This is lemon yellow, and so that one is bent a little bit towards the green. You'll see that the green is a little higher than the orange. See that?
So this yellow has a little more green than orange in it.
Yeah, this would be more like a lemony yellow.
Like a
It
lemon
kind of-
yellow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now this one is cadmium yellow. It's more of an orange is more prominent than the green.
Okay.
And this would be more like a goldenrod yellow.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So there's different kinds of yellow in the world.
Oh,
right?
sure.
And so let's take this lemon yellow one. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And again, blues. I've got two different kinds of blues here. This one is a little stronger on the green. Yes?
Yep.
And this one's a little stronger on the purple.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
But let's take the stronger green one.
Okay.
We're wanting to make green here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's happening is these impurities, they cancel each other out, right? You can't see them because they're the same level. Okay. Now, when two colors come, remember they cancel each other out?
Yes.
They absorb each other. So what's happening is this yellow bounces off this blue.
Mm-hmm.
It cancels itself.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening is this goes to black. And same with this orange and this purple, because they're the same amount and they cancel each other out too.
So the
once
colors are
that's-
bouncing off each other, canceling each other out, which is black then, but then all you're left with then is
What's the same?
what's the same.
And these two add. All the others subtract each other, but what's left is what adds. So, this is actually why the grass is green. The plant is absorbing all this energy, and rather than this black tablecloth just turning it into heat, the plant actually uses all this energy to make photosynthesis and make the energy it needs to grow.
Oh, okay. So all the colors are being absorbed now, except this is the only thing that's like,
Yeah, the green is actually waste to the plant.
and that's
And
now,
it's coming back to our eyes saying, oh, I don't need this green, I reflect it back. But I really need all this energy.
to help. Wow. Okay.
Crazy, right?
Right.
Like, oh my gosh. So
So that's why the grass is green.
yeah. Yes.
Wow.
And
cool.
so now we can use this as artists
Yep.
to control our paint. Okay? So
Okay.
that's what we're going to talk about in the next
Okay.
video. It's our
Okay.
video is getting a little long.
Okay.
Watch the next one. It will talk about how to control, but not just with green, orange, purple, all the secondaries. I'm sorry, that's a new phrase, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But watch the next one. I'll explain it, and it'll make more sense. So thanks
Okay.
for watching.
Thanks.
See you next time.
Okay.